Hello, ladies and gentlemen, tubers and groovers, and welcome to this edition of Take the Fear Out the Gear with me, Jason Bangers.
And me, Mr. Chumley Warner.
What you got for us today, Mr. Chumley Warner?
By popular request, another Akai sampler, the S20.
Yeah, I am so impressed. I want one. We have just done a bit of sampling, which you will hear in a little while, and it took us literally the time it took to play the sample. It is that easy. But you can just go analog straight into this. Pair of microphones over a drum kit, anything, bass guitar, rhythm, vocals, whatever. You make your own unique samples. Now the samples we have on board, the copyright remains copyright of the owners of these songs, and our short clips, so just that for copyright reason, we just let that be said. We're not profiting out of this or anything, shape or form, okay? Why don't we just play some samples first off?
Yeah, shall we see if we can
show them how easy it is just to operate it.
Do a little mix of something maybe.
Go for it, dude.
Five friends told me everybody slide. DJ spinning, I said, my.
Hey bro, I got something to blow your mind, man.
The official adventures of Flash.
Right, and Jay's going to show you something he discovered earlier, which I didn't know.
I saw that it had a reverse thing there, and I thought, I wonder if it plays backwards, so it does, doesn't it?
It does, it's really good.
Hey bro, I got something to blow your mind, man. Now I'm your book is my side. Bro, I got something to blow your mind, man. Now I'm your book is my side. Hey bro, I got something to blow your mind, man.
And you can literally hit the reverse button and then hit your pad and it'll play the whole thing backwards. Look.
Now I'm your book is my side.
How cool is that?
Now I'm your book is my side. Hey bro, I got something in my side. I got something in my side. I got something.
That's a great feature, Si. That is brilliant. And if you haven't figured out how to do your loop, that's a good cheeky way of getting away with it, because you can just keep hitting the reverse.
And in reverse, it sounds exactly like us drinking a few ciders.
It sounds like us going backwards. Yeah. Let me just try something here a minute.
I want to hear too.
Oh, doesn't loop, Si.
I want to hear too.
It just stops.
You're exactly right.
Why won't it loop?
Now this is something. If you got one of these, you're thinking of getting one of these. This is something you got to know, because I had to scratch my head about this one. So we'll take this drum beat here. I think this is drum beat. So you want it to loop. So luckily with this, most of the instructions are on here. So what you do, you press edit.
Right, I'm watching and learning as well.
And you go up to where it says, like the matrix here, these two, loop, one shot. And when you're first presented with it, let me choose a different sample actually, where it's off. Let's choose this one where it's actually off. Yeah, so you go up to loop and it says off, and you think, oh, I don't want it off, I want the loop on. We're on here. No loop. And you think, well, I'll go plus, and the loop is on.
Yeah.
No, this is the confusing bit. So, because there's 4 options in the manual, but what the manual doesn't say is just press the minus button and go back until it says on, and then.
Right. Okay. We haven't seen that on YouTube, have we?
No,
Nobody explains that.
And that is, if you're into sampling and doing drum beats or whatever you want to do, that is the most important thing you need to know about the S20 by far.
Absolutely. I mean, without a doubt, because first thing I just did there was, why didn't it go round in a loop? Otherwise you've got to quickly take your finger off and put it back on again, haven't you?
Exactly. And when I first tried this and I was sampling with it, I thought, why can't I get it to loop? It just wasn't obvious.
Well, all I'm saying now is it's time for, now just watch this, tubes, because we did this earlier. So Simon's going to get ready on button 8. I'm going to hit button number 1. Have a listen to this. It's time for...
Hey bro, I got something to blow your mind, man.
Chumley Stats.
How cool is that? Now, we did that. So I said to Simon, wouldn't that be good if we could put Chumley Stats on there? And he said, well, let's do it then. We sat here with a mobile phone, got Take the Fear Out of the Gear app, found one of our videos, and just got it up to Chumley stats bit, played it, recorded it in, and it was done just like that. How quick! So we are on Chumley stats. So Chumley, give us some stats.
First, I should ask you my normal question. How old do you think it is, dude?
This is always tricky, isn't it? I always get it wrong, but it's got to be probably late 90s, 99, 98.
You're pretty much spot on. These came out in 1997.
Crikeys.
Because you got the famous Akai sort of creamy beige colour with the old
That's
red
what I
writing.
thought, yeah, because it looks older, and not only that, all that technology back then.
It is awesome. And I should say you can load in samples from like the S900 sampler, S950, S1000, so it's all compatible. Right, it comes with 1 megabyte of memory, which gives you 7 seconds of sample time.
That's not a lot.
That's shocking. But if you get a memory stick, you can put an extra 16 megabytes in, which means you have 17 in total.
A memory stick?
Yeah, it's just like a standard computer memory, like you put in your PC. It's just, I've seen it goes along the back here inside, and that gives you 131 seconds.
Wow.
Which is why we've got all these samples in here, and that's what you need really.
So 17, 16 plus 1, 17.
Exactly.
So you still use the one that's built in as well. It doesn't override that.
Which is good, because some samplers, when you put extra in, it overrides the internal memory.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, so floppy drive, it takes double density discs, high density discs, but I would suggest you put a USB emulator in, because this one came with a broken floppy drive. I put a brand new drive in, and it's still
played up, isn't it?
Yeah, we've loaded mostly everything, but one of the samples we wanted to load wouldn't load, so I think this is right for an emulator conversion.
I think samplers were always renowned for being a little bit glitchy, weren't they? They weren't that stable, especially the early ones like this.
And it's the discs as well, although we used a brand new floppy disk.
They're old.
They are old, and they're going to degrade over time. So
they might be new, but they were made a long time ago, weren't they?
Exactly right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what else can we say? It's got 16 pads. It's got a built-in sequencer.
Oh, is it?
So if you want to sequence all your samples...
See, my voice went all high again because I was excited.
Oh, it's exciting.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, it's got a sequencer in it, so you can...
Oh, so you could put drum patterns on there then, play a drum beat on it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and obviously the samples we've got on here, you can sequence that into a lot of remix of some sort.
Wow, yeah.
And round the back, as they say, we've got the 2 MIDI in and out and through. The only possible downside on this, inputs and outputs are on phonos, which is a bit weird. But it doesn't matter, because if you just use a converter, that's fine.
Yeah.
We're taking the output out of the headphone socket for recording, and obviously you've got your power. And that's it, really.
To be fair, Si, you'd probably go for a little mixing desk, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
To do your sampling, and then therefore you'd probably come out of it into the RCAs, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and like Jay said...
It's no problem, so...
Like Jay said, when we sampled off the phone, the Chumley stats, all we need is like a stereo 3.5 adapter to 2 phonos straight in. It's an easy lead,
It was great. I think it's brilliant, Si. Thanks for introducing me to it, because I've always wanted a sampler. I have got samplers, but they're too complicated to use. That is simple. And on that note, thanks for watching Take the Fear Out of the Gear. We hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, click and subscribe. The bell, don't forget. From me, Jason Bangers, it's cheerio.
And for me, Mr. Chumley Warner, it's goodbye.
Toodaloo.